Right, I always do a countdown and I'm pretty sure we're on. Do a countdown and I'm pretty sure we're on. Oh,
Are
okay,
we
got
on?
the
It
loop
doesn't
back
say
again.
live to me.
Yep, looks like we're live.
Broadcast as said it's for mature audiences only. All
Yeah, I had to tick a box to say if it was safe for kids or not, and I wasn't sure about that. So,
right.
as
I wasn't sure.
as the week, mate.
50-50. Yeah, mate. A week of slaving away at work.
Yeah. Did you
Can't
get to watch
complain,
much
no.
footy or not as
Yeah,
much
I
as
caught who played on Friday night.
Swans? No, sorry, that was the Saturday night game. Can't even remember. Feels like that long ago. It's only Monday.
Yeah. Well, I caught the Friday night game, the Saturday night game, and some other Sunday game, I think.
um,
I was following live, so
yes,
Dogs
dogs,
Geelong.
cats. Yeah,
Dogs Geelong. Yeah, yeah, that was good game.
couple of the
Saw
shitty games on the
D's
Saturday.
Sydney. Yeah, saw the D's Sydney game, and then I saw the Freo Lions game as well.
Yeah, it was. You watching the Hawks game?
Nah, I was working.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting. It was a fucking good game in the
Aggie.
end. Snaggy mate, how are
Yeah,
you,
it came
buddy?
down pretty close in the end.
Um, yeah, no, it was a good round of footy. Like considering there was only 6 games. The Friday night
Yeah, I
was
thought it was.
good. Melbourne, Sydney was good, and the two on the Sunday were good. So no
Yeah,
complaints
no, it was
from
good.
me.
Would
We're
have been better if the
going.
Lions didn't play shit and won, but that's what it is.
I tipped them too. I thought Freo just had too many outs. Like I know it's a pretty tough trip going over there, but
They just couldn't fucking win a contest in their forward 50.
hmm.
They just couldn't mark the fucking ball. Like they had enough entries, they just couldn't do anything with it. Whereas Freo were converting their entries. So,
Hmm.
oh well. Freo have now beaten Geelong, Melbourne, and Brisbane. So
Pretty good little
pretty
record.
fucking good.
Um, you can send your team in snag if you want, mate. Otherwise, just let us know if you got a question in the thing, and we'll just go off the top. We're running a little bit. We're gonna keep things quick and light and easy tonight. Um, how'd you go, Snaggy? How many points did you get? You can see on mine, I got on screen 1957. So
Up
probably one of my
9,000
better
rankings.
weeks. Yeah, how crazy is that?
Huge.
Nine,
You're into the
almost nine.
30s now, mate.
Am I? No,
37,000.
no. That was the change in like what I came
Oh yeah,
because
sorry. No, I was
my
looking
season's
looking at
still
the wrong spot.
45.
Yeah, not
But
going on.
no, but oh, well done, Snag. You got 2%.
Snaggy 2017. Holy shit.
Did you captain Gorney, mate? Still set for this week, projected 2,000, looking good for round 14 as well. Yeah, nice. Well, this is what we've been saying, and I guess why we've been preparing so long ago for the buys, so you can actually
Yeah.
make up some ground. There's some other people that I've been seeing that, or even who's that bloke, that funny bloke that we, Shorty.
Sure, yeah.
He had a little 10-minute video out that came out today or something, and he's only gonna have, I think he's got 13 before trades this week for round
Yeah, yeah. It
13.
looks like
So
he's gonna have 15 players next week.
yes, and he
Or
and he didn't even
16.
have a good round. Like he's gonna have two shockers, and then anyway, this definitely shows you can definitely make some ground if you've done your planning right. So yeah, we had Took as
Yeah,
well, mate. It was a good move.
yeah. We both had Tuke. Um, just got fucked by Darcy at the end.
Hmm. A lot of people had, like Richard example, he's got Wits and Darcy, so they've sort of locked their rucks out. A lot of people have, so I think if Gorn starts going well now, that'll catches up a bit. And I think Darcy, like he's got a really good run now. Like he's got Hawks this week, potential captain option, and then he's got a few good games coming up. So um, what's he got? He's got Carlton, no ruckman. Port, no ruckman really. Then you go St Kilda, which is like a really tough game. Sydney's alright matchup, and then Richmond. So 4 out of the next 5 rounds,
Yeah,
you'd be expecting an average of probably 120 or something from him.
nice.
So yeah, it'll be interesting to see how he goes. And then they got the last little bit. They got a few home games in the last little run as well. So
You got your team there, mate. Let's have a little look while we're at it.
yeah,
So you've done
so
your trades by the look of it.
yeah, so this is I'll undo them. But this is what I'm thinking this week: just DeConing and Ward to Ware and Merritt.
Yep.
So I'll just get rid of that for now. But yeah, you can see this week Zorko hit back, which was good. Daniels was good. Cartons just keeps putting up good scores. Dacos hit back. Um,
Yeah, that was nice.
yeah, so Neil was one of the only ones that had a bit of a shocker in my team, apart from Bailey Smith and Dunkley. Um,
Yeah.
Jackson, he's sort of just plodding, isn't he? With sort of both got him. I think he's
Yeah.
got to go next week. So one more, hopefully decent score from him, and then we can move him on. He's done all right. He hasn't lost us any money. He's pretty much bang on where we started, I think. So
Yeah.
yeah, and then Darcy Cameron's been fucking unbelievable pickup.
Yeah, it's been great for you. It's worked out really well.
Yeah, so I picked him up. His 5 round average 110, 3 round 117. And I've had him since he scored the 108. So yeah, he's been really good. And I don't know what Grundy. I think he's still 4 or 5 weeks away at least, and I can't see them bringing him back unless they're like a really strong chance of making finals, which does look like they could be in the
Possible.
hunt now.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, definitely.
that will be interesting. But yeah, so this round, obviously, if you hit optimize, chucks all the other players onto the thing. I think I'm sitting at 16 before trades, but that's not including Ward or Hamilton. So I've got potential to be at 18 before trades. Most likely 16 if I can bring in two people that are playing. Merritt is on the radar. Walsh, Boak, potentially. Few of those sorts of guys, and then obviously get Ware into defence, and then I want to try and leave a little bit of cash in the bank for the following week. I can do like a Jackson and a McCartan or something like that. I think now that Tom Stewart's had that 40, he's sort of in my price range to be able to get again now. Whereas if it was going to be 650, I wouldn't have been able to probably get him. So
Yeah. So you're looking at your back line next week with Stewart.
I think so, yeah. Like I was considering
Yeah.
doing Daniel this week, but I just don't have the trades. I think he's got to stay.
Yeah.
And same with Bailey Smith as well. The more I look at it, the more here we go. Want to become famous by viewers? Fucking hell, they're really targeting us. They must go into all the streams with 0 views.
Fucking different company as well. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here, cunt.
Richard's on.
Give us a
G'day,
follow
Richard.
and fuck off.
Give us a follow. Yeah, we don't have to buy him, mate.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Bailey Smith's an interesting one.
Oh, mate, it's doing my head in. I was watching that live on Friday, and as soon as it happened, I was just like, you raging at the TV. I
Yeah.
was like, you fucking
Yeah.
plonker, like you have just cost us like 2 weeks right there. That's
Yeah.
not what we need right now.
No.
And lo and
Considering
behold,
he's
2 weeks.
still only
So
13% owned. Oh, it's rough. It's
yeah,
rough. You try and
it's very rough. It's not what we
like.
need to be a primo down for 3 weeks essentially.
So he scored. So when did you picked him up around round 6 or something? You've had him for a while.
Yeah, I've had him for a while.
And this is the
Yeah, maybe
curse
around
of
6.
this is the curse of me this year. So he scored 144. Then I pick him up. He goes 117. He then gets sick. He then gets 67, and now he's out for 3 weeks.
Yeah,
It's just
classic.
not.
But if you want to bring up, it's tough though, mate. Because if you want to bring up players and then go forwards and go average or whatever, you look at the top like fucking 10 forwards and like 6 of them are Bulldogs players, right?
Yeah,
And he's up there, right? He's like number 3 or something on the list.
yeah.
So
Well,
it's
yeah. Look at
tough. Like,
that. So Tim English, Dunkley, Bont, Smith, then Brody, Parker, and then Libs. So I think
yeah,
Heaney's one
yeah.
that his 5 round average is 80. He's not a top 6 forward. We
No,
spoke
he's
about
not.
this earlier
No.
in the year. We didn't think he was. We thought his scoring would drop off, and it has. I do think at some point this year he'll get back to his best and he'll put in a few 150s in a row. But I think that average it won't get past that sort of 100 mark from here on. It'll be interesting to see. He's averaging bang on 100 at the moment. I think he probably finishes under 100 from now.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, so it's like, what do you do, right? Like Bailey Smith, number forward, averaging four, and the four averaging forward in the comp.
yeah,
Like, you can't really afford to burn a trade to get rid of him
yeah,
because, like, who are you going to bring in? Like,
yeah.
that's so it's yeah,
Well,
it's
for
like, is
you
it
and
worth
me,
it?
or
I
what,
think.
like we don't have English, so like, but it's a potential swap to go from Smith to English, but to burn that one trade, are you going to make up that many points in the in the weeks that Smith are out? Um, I don't know.
Yeah, yeah, I think I don't know. I'm on the pointy end of trades, right? So I think you and I are on the same amount of trades.
Yeah.
So you burn that trade going sideways essentially, and then you still have players like Jackson and your
Hmm.
F6 position to upgrade as well. So it's just like,
I'd rather
yeah,
hold him,
it's
I think, and do
I'd rather hold him.
Jackson. Um,
Yeah, 100%.
because I have done a few sideways throughout the year, and now I'm starting to see I'm going to be very close to not having a full premium team. Um, Whereas I know some other people are going to have a full premium plus like a swing player on the bench that they can loophole and stuff. So yeah, that's where I'm starting to notice. So although I might pick up a few spots over the next few weeks, unless I get really lucky, I can see myself sort of coming back again towards the last thing if I don't use my trades wisely. So
Yeah, I think I was mapping it out today. I think I can get full primo with like maybe three trades left in the bank.
yeah, it's not a lot,
And
is it?
so no, it's like full primo by round 15 or 16, and then you have three trades
Hmm.
in the bank to see you through. It's not a lot.
I think you want to leave the
Um,
buys with pretty much as complete a team as you can almost get.
yeah,
And if you've got 4 or 5, even if it's 3, but you're happy with your team, then you just got to try and get through to the end and hope you don't get injuries. Um,
yeah, that's it. Yeah, look, we made a few mistakes at the start of the year. Was not picking up certain players. That's kind of cost us a lot of trades, really.
mm,
And then a few like injury problems that we've cost us a few trades as well. So probably sitting like three trades lower than I'd want to be right now.
mm,
But yeah, as you said, if we can come out of the buys with a full primo team and still a handful of trades left, like then you just got to roll the dice and hope there's no major injuries or anything. And
yeah,
it's not worth keeping trades in the bank and having like a rookie on the field, right? You've just got to kind of
no,
risk
that's
it.
it. That's it. 100%
Bring
agree.
those primos in.
So this week, obviously, you want to be looking at players that are coming off their bye.
Yep.
Um, so Uh, who are they by? Carlton, Bombers, Saints,
Thank you, order. Yep.
um, yeah, whatever the others were. They're probably the most
Yeah,
relevant
there is
ones.
GWS.
Yeah,
GWS.
GWS obviously.
Yep.
The other two plebs, whatever.
Yeah.
My mind's elsewhere tonight.
Yeah.
So let's just go through a couple that are probably on people's watch lists, and then let me know your thoughts. So Sam Walsh is obviously one that's just coming off the bye, 630, 5 round average of 124, which I think is the second or third highest. What are your thoughts there?
Yeah, I mean, if you can afford him, I'd jump at him. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm just not in a position to get him right now. I think Sinclair for me is the guy that I need to get in my team this week.
Yeah.
As much as I don't need a defender this week, if I don't jump on him this week, I'm kind of missing the boat on him. But yeah, if you're looking for a midfielder and this week's the week you're thinking of bringing someone in,
Hmm.
look, I think he's really hitting his stride at the moment. And you can't go wrong with Walshy, I don't think.
No, I don't think so either.
Um, yeah, I mean, there's a couple midfielders that you can pick up as merit as well, which is another pretty popular
Yeah, well, around that
pick that
same
I've seen at
price
the
point,
moment.
Parish.
Yeah, Parish as well. I mean, yeah, I'd go Parish over Walshy, to be honest,
Okay,
if you had the money.
that was my
That's
next
just me
question.
personally. Bit more of a pod, like what's the percentage of teams Parish is in?
I think he's slightly less. Sorry, he's slightly more than Walsh. So Walsh is 7%
Well,
at
she's
this
only
stage.
7%.
Yeah, Parrish
Jesus,
is
yeah, right.
10%. So remember, Walsh didn't start the year in like
Yeah,
playing.
true.
So like for me, my team pretty much was the same except I had Walsh in for Parrish. So that was really my only
Yeah,
difference. And then when he got
yeah,
injured, I pretty much swapped him over to Parrish. But a lot of people wouldn't like Parrish I've had since the start. A lot of people wouldn't have that's trading Walsh in. You know what I mean? So
yeah, yeah.
um,
Personally, I'd go Parrish over Walsh. I don't know how Parrish scores as high as he does. I don't really ever see him in the game, but
he gets 44
yeah, he just
touches,
pop.
but he has no impact.
Yeah, no impact. It's Tom Mitchell 2.0.
Yeah, I think he's
Um,
getting I think he's getting slightly better, but yeah, Bombers just like surely they've got to finish the season better than they've started. So I mean that can only help him. And Merritt
Probably.
seems like he's sort of coming back into a bit of form. Um, I'll bring Merritt up as well. So he's one that is certainly on the radar. He's 110k cheaper, break even at 75. His 5 rounds 100, but that includes one low score of 57. But apart from that, he's only been below 100 once, which was a 99. So in round 7. So um, I was also having a look at his scoring in the back end of like the last 2 years, and he's averaged sort of close to 120 in the sort of second half of the year, both years. So he's definitely
Yep.
one that looks like he builds into the year, and he's looking like a pretty good option if you can't get up to that Parish or Walsh.
Walshy price range. Yeah, yeah, 100%.
So other ones that
Um,
we have got, like everyone should have Hewitt. Most people I think will have Cripps, but Doherty's one that we both have that a lot of people mightn't. He's only in 21% team, so he's 530 this week coming off the bye. Do you think he'd be a good
good
pickup now?
price. Really good price, actually.
Yeah. If you had a choice between him and Sinclair, and you didn't have either of them,
Oh,
what Sinclair's 30 grand more expensive. He's got the defender mid.
I think at the moment, with Steele out, I'd go Sinclair just because I think he's going to pop off for the next couple of weeks. But it's a
Yeah.
tough one. Like, I'm a Doherty Dick Rider. I rate him
Yeah,
pretty
yeah, yeah.
highly. So
I just noticed
I think
this,
he's
like his
great.
5 round average is only 100. I'm just wondering if that,
Mm,
interrupted preseason maybe just getting to him, but it'll be interesting to see how he does come off the bye.
yeah,
That break might
yeah.
be just what
Fresh
he needed.
legs.
Mm.
Yeah. Yeah, so between the two of them, I'd probably go Sinclair. You get that DPP choice, and I think he's just going to score pretty highly with Steele loss out for a little while, but both good picks for sure.
So just to sidetrack for a second, Snaggy said this week he's done Sam DeConey, McCartan, and McComb to Sinclair, Kelly, and Ware, and he said he's changed Kelly for Walsh. So Sinclair, Walsh, and Ware. Yep, can't.
I like that.
Yeah,
That's
I like that
nice.
a lot, mate. I like that a lot. That's good. I'd
Very
definitely be going
nice.
either Walsh or Parrish over Kelly. I just
Kelly.
you just don't
Yeah.
know what's going to happen with the Giants, like in the new coach. So it's if he keeps playing the same role, he's going to have the same scoring, you'd think, and he's obviously got a big good matchup this week. But yeah, you just don't know
Yep.
like stuff. If they're not going to make the finals, how much does McVay sort of just start trying different things and sort of stuff that scoring up? So um, just keep in mind what you want to do in the next couple of weeks as well. Though, say like for me, I can afford to get Walsh over a Merritt this week, but it just means that my trades next week aren't going to be able to happen. So for me to go Merritt this week, I'm going to hope that he only averages sort of like 5 less than Walsh for the rest of the year, um, and then it means I can get who I want to get next week as well, which I think will overall work out better for me. So
Yep.
um, so another one that's at the same price point or slightly cheaper than Merritt's Travis Boat coming off the buy. He's obviously normally starts the year really
Strong finishes.
well.
A bit
He had a
weaker.
36 in there, but he was playing a lot of forward time, and it was sort of just an odd game. I don't know if he was ill or carrying a bit of an injury. Obviously, start to the year was crazy. Is he one you could consider, or do you just?
I didn't realize this price point was 489.
It's crazy, isn't it? It's just that one score that's just
Yeah.
put him so low.
Yeah, I mean, at that price, definitely you could consider it. I don't know if I'd pick him as a it depends, right? Like if you've got 580 to 630k to spend, like I wouldn't be picking him. But if you need like an M8 or even if you have the luxury to go an M9
Hmm.
and you want to pick someone around that 500k price point, like fuck, he's a good pickup.
Hmm.
The other one I'd probably be more tempted to do though, if you're going to go someone around that price point, would be Tracker after the round 14 buy.
Hmm.
He's going to drop his break even's 186 this week, I
Hmm.
think. He's priced at 520 and he's going to drop like another 30 or 40k. So he's going to be like 490, 480k coming off round
Hmm.
14. And I think Trucker's good enough to bounce back, right? So he had that bit of an illness. I think he had a little bit of a knee knock. But you saw from his like start of the season form, he's got potential to go ballistic. And I think if the D's are gonna get back winning some games and be the premiership contenders we think they are, I think he's gonna play a pretty big part. So
Yeah, well, when I was thinking
um,
about potential captain choices this week, he was one that I sort of thought about. And I went, hang on a sec, he's not in my team. Um, but
yeah,
he's
I mean, if
definitely on a big stage against Collingwood on Queen's birthday. That's when you'd expect the best out of him. So it'll be interesting to see how he goes. And
yeah, I
even if
still
he
think
does
he's
score
gonna,
140, he'll be going down in price close to the 500k mark. And then, yeah, as you said, pick him up off the buy
yeah,
if that's one of your last trades, and he
yeah,
could be off to the races. So I'm not going to pick him up because a lot of teams at the top I think have got him at a reasonable price point, and he sort of hasn't been scoring well for them. So I'll sort of hope that he doesn't score that well for the rest of the year and try and make up points elsewhere. But um, yeah, definitely want to keep an eye on if he's going to be in your price range.
yeah. I mean, if I said to you at the start of the year, you can buy Christian Petracca
Hmm.
for 490k, I think
Yeah,
everyone would probably jump at the bit, right?
100%.
I think for us, we're just trying to pick a little bit more poddish players to try and catch up in rankings so that
Yeah.
other people don't have. That's why probably Merritt's a little bit better of a pick for you,
In
for
saying that though,
sure.
like we both picked up Gorn this week, who's owned by 50%, because sometimes the obvious is just the best thing to do, right?
Yep,
550k, as
100%.
as you said, if you said that about Gorn at the start of the year, you'd think we were crazy. So, um,
Yep,
yeah, he's got a break even of 31. It's awkward for other people to pick him up before the buy. Worked out really well for us, so
yep.
good matchup this
Um,
week.
yeah, and as you said, like sometimes the obvious choice is the best one. It's like, you don't need to have a point of difference in every single player in your team,
Yeah,
right? Like, I think, we're getting to the
you
point
still
where
got to have your Brendan.
we probably have enough point of difference at this point, like
Hmm.
especially after next round. Whereas you can afford to pick up one or two players that a lot of people have. And you never know, you might see people shedding off Tracker with the recent run of form that he's had. So,
Hmm.
yeah, look, it's not a bad option at that price range. You've got him there, you've got Boak there, you've got Mitchell there,
Merritt.
um, Merritt's there. Nat Fife is coming back soon, and Fife is actually around that price point as well. I
Yeah,
think
it's
he's
an interesting one.
520.
I don't know if it's one that you can, 546. Just at his price, if he was like 450, I'd consider it, but 550 is pretty pricey when you got these other blokes around, and you don't know what his role is going to be. Is he going to be playing half forward? I'd say he probably is.
I wouldn't be bringing him in straight off the bat without seeing him.
No,
I think with a break even of 107, he'll probably have an easy first game and he'll drop
yeah,
some money anyway. So,
it'll just be interesting to see
um,
him come back. I watched a bit of that Peel
yeah,
Thunder game. It was awesome to see him back. So
yeah,
it's just
it's funny. You see that like photo that was posted of like our three debutants for
yeah.
the weekend. It's like a
We think
couple
this
like
guy on the
18 year
right will
olds
be all
and
right.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah, that's
yeah.
good.
And that Fife's on the right. I think he had like 25 disposals or something. So not a bad game.
Let
Um,
me throw something else left field at you. Coming off his
yeah,
buy, Brad
please
Crouch,
do. Yeah, I did look at Crouchy a couple
550k,
of weeks ago, actually.
3 round average 124, 5 round 106. Again,
Yeah,
no steal at the moment.
3% of teams.
Hmm.
Interesting. Yeah, very interesting. Um,
He's one that Richard was sort of looking at a few weeks ago after he'd sort of had that little bit of a, you know, spike. And I said, look, he's not for me. But you can't really look past his scoring. His 3 round average 124 is pretty good coming off the bye. He could continue to pop off. Is he one that you'd consider at that price, or do you think there's a better option?
What's his price again?
Five
520?
550,
550.
556. Yeah.
Yeah, see, look, you could get Brayshaw for 550 at the moment.
Yeah.
So I'd probably go Brayshaw over him, to be honest. But I did consider him a couple of weeks ago, to be honest, and it's not a bad option as a point of difference. But I think if you've got Sinclair as well in your team, it's going to be a bit risky if you pick them both up when Steele comes back
Yeah, I think that's
later in
probably
the
fair.
season. So yeah, I probably personally for my team, I'd steer away from him. But he's not a bad option. I think we're pretty lucky, to be honest, because you've got 5 or 6 guys there around that 490 to 550k price point. That if you're looking for, I'm probably looking for not a full primo for my last mid spot, so I can spend more money on my last defense spot and my last forward spot.
Yeah.
So for me, we're pretty lucky. We've got like 6 players that are fucking good players that you can pick from around that price point. So it works out well for me. But if you're looking for like solid primo mids, you can't go past like your big boys at the moment, like your Parishes and your Walshes and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's not bad. Yeah, it's not a bad option. I think the crutch point will really be coming into the forward line. What we do with that moving forward.
Yeah, there's no one
Um,
really this week that is coming off the bye that stands out in the forward line at all.
no, I
So
think
that I can think of. So
it'll be a next week thing for me. I think
yeah,
the forward line. It will just be whether I go the Nazi giant or the Bont.
which is the giant.
Tim English is the Nazi giant.
Oh, sorry, I didn't
Giant,
hear what you
7 foot
said.
tall, blonde hair, blue eyes.
The Nazi giant.
The Nazi giant.
Yeah, well, it'll be interesting to see how he goes in the next couple of weeks. But yeah, gives us a bit of time, and then he's got some pretty good matchups against GWS Hawks and Brisbane. So
Yeah. What's his
interesting.
break even? He still went up in
119
price.
now.
Yeah.
So he's expected, like just having a look at the break evens before, he's expected to sort of stay the same this round and lose about 20. So he might be around about that 590 or something like that. But in knowing him, he could just go 180 and blow that out of the water. So
Yeah, exactly.
one more little left field one.
Yeah, for me, I think that's right, you go. I was just gonna say what's Bont's percentage of ownership.
I think it's just over 10% now.
Yeah, see for me I'd probably pod Bont over English and risk it.
Hmm. Just keep in mind, Bonti's carrying a bit of an injury.
Ah, he's too good, mate.
He is too good, but yeah, just something to keep in mind. If they got to rest
Yeah.
him coming up to finals or something like that, like I would definitely reconsider my choice to bring him in, but not to say I wouldn't do it, but it definitely makes you think a little bit more. Isaac
Yeah.
coming off his 520 defender, break even 122. His 5 round average is 108.
Yeah. Yeah.
North this week, Bulldogs, Collingwood. These next 3 matchups. Any love for coming?
Not really. No.
You don't like coming?
I mean, I like Gavin, mate, but I don't like this fucking fella.
I don't like Isaac.
He's not coming into my team either.
No, fair
Fuck.
enough. He's
Uh,
yeah, he's one I was sort of looking at after he had that like 135 and then 128, but he has sort of had his sort of shy weeks as well. And that 71 he scored was actually in that thumping of West Coast. So he's obviously taking some kick-ins and that sort of stuff as well. That
Yep.
was obviously the first week with the new coach, so he's scoring, then he scores 117. So one I could keep an eye on, and if he's if I can't afford like a Stewart or for wherever reason, I might potentially look that way. But yeah, I mean, if you need a defender desperately in that range and you've already got like a Sinclair, he could be one to look at coming off the bye.
Yeah, if you need him. I'm pretty lucky my defense is just stacked to the teeth at the moment with Sicily, Hewitt, Sinclair, Doherty, Short, and Crisp. So
So who are you looking to bring in that last spot? Maybe Stewart or
I don't have a last spot. If I bring Sinclair in this week, that it's done. So I've got Sicily, Hewitt, Sinclair, Crisp, Short, and Doherty as my back six.
Yeah, nice. That's good.
Um, so they're done.
You worried about Short's role at all?
I am a little bit, to be honest. Definitely, but I don't have a heap of trades left, right? So
Hmm.
I think it'll probably be a post buy once I've got my last mid and my last forward locked into place. I'll have, 3 or 4 trades left, and if I'm worried about his role and he keeps scoring lowish,
Hmm.
then I'll have the potential to go sideways to like a Stewart or something like that if I want to. So,
Yeah, fair enough.
yeah, that's kind of why I'm trying to keep 3 or 4 trades in the bank, is if I need to do that with a few players. Um, yeah, he'll definitely be one I'm keeping an eye on. Yeah, there's a couple others as well, but hopefully he'll sort of bounce back and get a bit more run at the ball through the midfield.
Who's that, sorry?
But yeah, short.
Sure, yeah, yeah, yeah.
But we'll see.
Yeah, he's sort of hovering around that. He's 41% owned, so you're not going to be alone. But his 5 round average is still 108, but
Yeah,
3 round, 95, just a little bit down. It's be interesting to see.
yeah. Well, I mean, I had the choice between bringing him and Stewart in, and I brought him in, and it's kind of
Hmm.
fucked me a little bit, to be honest.
Hmm.
But
It was
yeah,
better
not
for your
bad. I
buys
mean,
though, wasn't it?
yeah, it was, yeah. So. Why don't we go to some rookies, potential loophole players, to bring in this week?
Yeah, well, you and I both. Did you bring in Owens last week?
I brought in Ware last week, and I'm bringing in Owens this week.
Yeah, so Owens should be named. Had a really good, like, obviously after his 2 in round 1, which I had him in my team. Didn't want to hold him for 10 rounds, so got rid of him. um, Scores an 89 in his second game, looked really good. I think he had like 10 tackles or something. He should be named. I can't see why he wouldn't. It's only 117k. Like obviously, when Steele comes back, he might lose his spot, but at the moment it looks all right, and we only really need him to score this week for the buy. So, anything else you want to add there with that one?
No, mate, I think he's probably a must, as much of a must-have as there is this week. So,
Yeah,
and he's a perfect
and
player coming off the round 12 bye.
yeah,
So,
correct. Yeah, so if you need
um,
some cover for the next few weeks, and keep in mind that break even, although it's only -22, because that two is still in his score. If he now scores a 60 or something, that'll get even lower the week after. So it's not gonna. So
yeah,
plenty of cash to come once that two gets out of his score.
yeah.
The
I'll
other
be very
one,
interested to see what happens with the teams this week, but I suppose Weir's the other one. Tell you what, mate, I am praying to the footy gods that old mate fucking pulls his finger out and names Hamilton this week.
you're gonna be short, are
I'm not. I'll have 18 if he's not
you?
named.
Yeah,
So if he gets named, that'll put me to 19.
yeah, nice. It's
So
nice to have that little backup.
uh, yeah, I had 19 this week just gone. Hopefully I'll have 19 this week if he gets named, just in case someone fucks up and has a shit game, right? And then I'm looking at around 20 next round. So
Yeah, nice.
pretty consistent through the buyers. What about yourself? What are you at?
Yeah, I was saying before, I'm 16, but that's not including Ward or Hamilton. So I'd expect Ward to be available. It's just whether they name him or not, the Hawks.
Yeah,
So that'll give me 17. Hamilton, by some miracle, that'll be 18. I'm hoping to get in 2 players that are playing. So I'll hopefully have between 19 and 20, but most likely 18 or 19. So
yeah, nice.
just depending on whether Ward is named. I hope they do persist with him, but the midfield has been going a little bit better the last couple of weeks. So it'll be interesting to see what Mitchell does.
Yeah, yeah. So hopefully
Especially
Weir
against
gets
Freo.
named. Yeah, yeah. So hopefully Weir gets named in the back line. That'll help out a lot. Took a bit of a risk on him last week and bringing
Yeah.
someone in.
Did you
So
have
if
a
Weir and
choice of
Owens get played,
getting Owens over Weir, or was it you needed to get Weir because of his defender?
I think I needed to get Weir because he's defender. Because I gave De Koning the flick last week.
Mm.
Um, yeah, so that's how it worked out for me.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, I had to move a few
Yeah,
things around, including putting Bailey Smith into the forward line to get Owens, but I just thought his job security was slightly better than Weir, but hopefully they both play.
yeah, yeah. Hopefully they both play, and if Hamilton plays, it'll be a nice little cherry on top because it'd be good to squeeze another 50K out of him, if
Yeah,
we can. So yeah, I've kind of got my last couple trades mapped out pretty well now. So kind of having to follow them by the book. There's not much room for luxury to shop around too much these days.
no, that's right. I'll just go to.
Oh, the guy, mate, the guy that I'm bringing in, the key premium player in my side. Got to look up his name again because I don't know it. It is now. I don't know what kind of name this is. I feel like they left the letter out, but Bryn, Bryn, could be Brian. I don't. It's probably more Brian, to be honest. Now that I'm saying it out loud,
Could
Brian
be Bryn.
Teak
Brian
Teakle.
Teakle. Brian Teakle, we'll go with.
The Teakler, 102,400, Port Adelaide ruck forward.
No one had heard
Nice.
of him until the mid-season draft last week,
Yeah,
but he's now looking as an excellent loophole.
excellent pickup. Excellent. He's owned by 4% of teams now, mate.
Yeah, and that'll keep rising. So yeah, so I went to pull the trigger on doing this to get Dante Vicentini.
Yeah,
Because I had Darcy Cameron in the forward line, I decided not to because I thought I'd be bringing him in, but I ended up bringing Gorn in. Complete disaster because now I've got someone
yeah.
who can cover my rucks in Darcy Cameron who I won't be able to get into the ruck line.
You got Strandy,
So
don't you?
I've got Strandy. So I'm just hoping that Strandy gets named after the bye, at least plays a couple of rounds, makes even 100K, and then I can go down to Teakle myself to give me a bit of cover. But if an injury happens between Darcy or Gorn and it's a short term injury, I'm gonna just have to burn a trade to go from Strandy to Teakle anyway. So
Yeah.
yeah, definitely one if you've got some cover. So who's your cover though in the forward line? Do you have it?
Well, at the moment, it's Jackson,
Yeah,
but when I get rid of Jackson, I think it'll be
yeah.
English.
Okay. I think you should definitely try and make that work then. If you can go from Jackson to
Yeah.
English after his bye,
Yep.
coming into round 14, that sounds pretty ideal. And then you do have the cover.
Yep.
There's no other real rookies this week, are there, that are on the bubble?
No, not really. Everyone else is
Um,
kind of crap.
Cleary's got the bye, but he's still on the bubble. Strandy's on the bubble. I don't know who this bloke is. Nevitt.
What?
Never even heard of him.
Uh,
Yeah, I don't think there's much else to talk about in that department, mate.
no, mate. So
There could potentially be some players that were in the mid-season draft that are having their first game this week, and therefore might be able to provide a little bit of an additional cover next week, or I guess they could be named this week as well. But I think the teams that are playing this week aren't. I think they've got many that could be named. Maybe more so for next week, but definitely something to keep an eye on. And if there's someone new coming in and you need that cover instead of like a Weir or a Owens, then that could be an option.
yeah,
Um,
definitely.
yeah, apart from that, mate, I don't know.
Got a bone to pick, mate. I don't know if you're in the chat, Richard, but fucking hell, mate. Playing the Duloc Donkeys on the weekend and he has the shittest score he's ever had.
I already brought this up with him. I said I was
Yeah.
whinging to G because we finally did something right in our miserable lives, and brought in Gorn. We
Yeah,
went
I
through the
know.
roof. That just sums up how my season's going. By the way, Saturday
Yeah.
afternoon, I've picked Miller. I've got the C on Miller. What a genius! We couldn't be
Yeah,
happier.
thinking we're the smartest people in the world. Yeah.
We were all smiles, and then Gorn comes out and plays. I think the best game of footy I've ever seen is from one particular player. Like it was
I was saying, what did he have? Like
crazy.
a
He
couple.
almost single-handedly won them that game,
I know.
and
He had like what? 30 hit outs, 29 disposals or something, and like a couple goals. Like,
It was
what the
nuts.
fuck?
Innocent
That's
marking for fun.
yeah, it's
Um,
just mental, really.
and who did I move my
Absolutely
captaincy
mental.
off to go to Miller?
Yeah, we both
Gone.
moved it off Gorn. Yeah.
So even when you
So we
do
lost.
everything right, you still do
Yeah,
something slightly wrong.
yeah. So we lost 70 odd points there, which hurts a bit, especially in a buy round.
Oh,
70
it was
points
only
is a lot.
31, so because
Was
you
it?
yeah, it was
Oh
only
yeah,
because yeah, 167 to 198. But yeah, I mean Miller was the second highest by a mile, so not all bad.
double it. 167 to 198, and
Yeah,
then
but
that's
you
double
get
the difference.
yeah,
Yeah,
but you get the points from
yeah,
yeah. Anyway, um,
yeah.
yeah. So my obviously you want to be picking up players coming off the bye if you're going to be like have a look at your round 14. I thought I had like way too many for round 14, but I'm actually looking like I'm going to be short if I don't. If I was to
Yeah,
bring in
so
someone this week,
I
that
planned so
was
heavily for 12 and 13
yeah,
because I originally had like I think I had 21 players playing in round 14 originally,
yeah,
and now I'm gonna have to do some trades after this week to make sure I've got a full team for next week as
yeah.
well.
That's it.
Yeah, so but at least we planned out to have a team this week, and it seems like there's a lot of people out there that are barely gonna make a team. So
Yeah, that's right.
hopefully our pre-planning that we've been doing for the
Yeah, well,
last month
we've
or
been
so.
planning this for 5 or 6 weeks, whereas a lot of the other guys, like
Yeah,
a couple of weeks before, they're like, "Oh, maybe you should look at it." Like, no, mate, you got to be.
yeah, yeah. So I'm hoping a large majority will have like barely a team, and that'll mean we can jump up in the rankings a little bit this week.
Yeah,
So
hopefully.
hopefully, touch wood.
And just keep in mind, like the cash is starting to dry out for your trades as well. So just map out who you're going to upgrade and how
Yeah,
much it's going to
cash is
cost.
real dry.
Yeah, that's it. So if you got Hamilton, his cash is almost gone. Clark's coming to an end. Hughes going to go up 2K at a time. Um,
Yeah,
who are the other rookies at that stage? Carroll's not making any cash. Rioli's not making any cash. Um,
McComb's break even's like 50 now, so I got rid of McComb this week. He made
he's a
like
good one.
100 and
He's
he
one
made
I definitely missed
160k or
out on.
something for me. So
Yeah, he's been
yeah,
good.
he made me a heap of money. So I got rid of him and Clark this week actually.
Yeah. So Clark's one
But
that
yeah,
he's going to go up a little bit more, but if you need the cash from him,
yep,
don't be afraid to take it. I've got Ward there, so I can get his cash instead, and then make a little bit more from Clark. But yeah,
yeah,
definitely
wrote
map out like how much you're going to need to do with the other trades. Like, so I really want to get Stewart in the week after, so means that I'll probably going to get Merritt over Walsh this week, but I'm happy to do that. So
yep.
that would be my only other advice. And I've got to save a trade for when Grundy comes back and Cameron starts averaging 40 again.
Yeah. Oh man, that's definitely a potential as well, isn't it?
100%. So
Yeah,
Dacos is actually really good. In
yeah.
113. So
That helped out a hell of a lot.
yeah,
I was thinking I might need to get rid of him this week. But he doesn't have the buy, so he's going to help me out a hell of a lot. So he
yeah,
stays in the team, and that 113 brings his break even down nicely too. So he should go up a little bit in price.
should make another. Oh, if he gets like a 90, you make like 20K and
Yep,
400,000. He's been bloody good, and you can send him on his merry way.
yep.
Um.
You're right, mate. I think captain and vice captain choices will be
Oh yes, let's quickly do
interesting
that
this
and
week.
then head off.
Um, Sounds good, mate. Early games: Richmond and Port, Essendon, Carlton, Freo, Hawthorn.
There's not a lot of captain choices in the
No,
Port Richmond game. Um, not really any at all, to be honest.
no.
Um,
Essendon, Carlton, you've got like your parishes, Walshes, Cripps kind of thing.
yeah. Well, the good thing about the buy in is because you got all the players that have the buy, you can do a captain choice on pretty much any game, right? Apart from the last one, so you can pick
Yep,
whichever game you want, really.
yep,
Good matchups: Darcy against the Hawks. I think, yeah, Hawks are ranked 18th versus Ruck, so I think he's projected 141. That wouldn't surprise me if he gets that at all. So could definitely have a VC or a captain on him. Um, Oliver, I can see having a big game. I don't know who would potentially go to him from the Pies, like maybe Pendles, but I think Pendles went to Neil
Yeah.
a few weeks ago and didn't really do much at all, so he could be an
Yeah.
option.
And
Anyone else left field?
there's always Neil as an option too against the Saints.
Yeah,
Um, so yeah, I don't mind.
I
I
might
might.
even do like a VC Darcy because he does have such a
Yep,
high ceiling into like a Gorn or something.
that's what I'm thinking too. BC Darcy into Oliver will go on probably.
I mean, Oliver's going as well as anyone at the moment, 134 again. Probably a bit
Yep.
safer than what the Gorn pick would be, but yeah, 198. Jesus Christ,
Yeah, I mean that's massive, right?
can get much bigger.
No. Right. Anything else, mate? Any last words before we wrap this bitch up for another week?
No, I think that's pretty much it. Glad I held
Yeah.
Zorko. Thanks for coming back, Zorko.
What do you score this
Pity
week?
103.
Yeah, nice.
Pity you couldn't have done that last week, so I beat G. But anyway, it's all good. Forgive you.
Let's forgive it. Are we versing each other this week? Is that what's happening?
Oh yeah, forgot about
Are
that.
we? Round 13? Let's have a look. Yeah, mate.
Well, now we did
That's what,
consider making a pack that we would just forget about.
round 15 and just bring in all the fucking Bulldogs players and shit.
Yeah,
Have 11 players on the field, but just have full primo squad. Yeah, but overall rankings
that's
overruled
it.
that
Yeah.
thought. So
So at the
um,
moment, before this is obviously
what's going on with your
before
team? Why do you have like 18 players not playing?
me.
Yeah, I just went head to head on game day.
Oh, so you see your predicted would have updated, but mine wouldn't. So all my players that are playing this week will still be all on the bench.
Yeah, yeah.
So here it says my predicted 1780 and yours is 1226.
Yeah, it's looking more like 1950, I think.
Ooh, you got another 100. Every week I'm predicted the lowest by like 200, and
uh,
think my team's just coming into starting to hit the straps, mate.
just starting to hit the straps. Yeah,
Yeah, we're interested to see how Darcy Cameron goes against Gorn.
yeah, it definitely will be. That's why I was. Yeah. I don't know, Cameron's been going pretty well. He might do all right, to be honest. You never know.
Yeah, he's definitely looks an improved player without Grundy there. It's amazing what can happen with get a bit of faith in him, and looks like he's better as a ruckman, gets around the ground, marks well.
Yeah. How do the Supercoach finals work, mate? Are you even going to make the finals in our league? What's going on? Is it the top four, or
I
is
think
it
it's the
everyone?
top four. I think it's the
Yeah.
top four. I don't.
Yeah. I might need a tank this week for you. Give you 4 points.
Geez, that'd be
I'm
embarrassing
bloody.
if I didn't make the bloody league.
I'm 2 games clear of fourth place at
Well,
the moment.
Jimmy's going
So
that well.
yeah.
Tay's hit a wall. She's just not even trying. Um,
Yeah.
yeah,
Um,
it'll be between sort of me and Jimmy and I think. For
yeah.
well, G's right there as well, and
G's right there
Stu's
too.
like
Yeah.
been low key unlucky. Like his points
Yeah. He's
scored
been pretty
higher than both of
unlucky.
us, and
Yeah, he got
Richard
pretty
just
unlucky this week, sending it.
gets I think he said he was top 35% or something this week, and he gets the Dulop Donkeys the buy.
Yeah, just ridiculous, right? Oh mate, I might need a fucking. You might just slip me a pineapple or something, and I'll chuck some players on that aren't playing this week, and
Oh,
give you the
see
give you
what
the
you
four
do.
points. Yeah.
$50 is all it's going to cost.
Yeah. Mate, we'll turn
uh,
that 50 into a couple hundred with the hour power.
oh yeah, I didn't do one last
Yeah.
week actually,
No,
but
you
I
didn't.
would have done. I would have gone really close, but I think I would have put in the D's 1 to 39. Um,
Yeah, me
but
too.
I did have Geelong in there 1 to 39, and then I think I had Pies 1 to 39. So it would have been
Yeah,
close.
yep,
Anyway, I'll have a look at this weekend. All right, mate.
yep. All right,
Take care
sounds
of
good.
yourself. Enjoy work.
Thanks for tuning in, boys. We'll see you next week.
See you next time.